All right, let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about a feeling that I think a lot of us have had, but maybe never really put a name to. It's that sudden urge to finally understand what's going on with the economy. And we're going to look at it through this really cool idea called the Aspiring Economist's Roughbook.
You know, it all really starts with this simple but kind of profound thought. At some point in life, everyone wants to understand economics. It's not just for academics or people on Wall Street. It's this universal curiosity that just seems to pop up for all of us, sooner or later.
Just take a second and think about that. Does that ring true for you? Have you ever, seen a headline about inflation or heard people talking about the stock market, or even just tried to figure out your own budget and thought, man, I really wish I understood this stuff better?
Well, that feeling, it's not random. There is a very, very good reason why so many of us get this itch. It's because economics, whether we see it or not, is basically the invisible architecture of our daily lives. It's just woven into everything we do.
I mean, just think about your morning coffee. The price you pay for it? That's all about global supply chains, trade deals, and what people are getting paid to harvest the beans. That one little cup is like a mini lesson in both micro and macroeconomics. Or how about your career, your job, your salary, the opportunities you have? All of that is being shaped by these huge forces in the labor market. Industry growth and demand for certain skills. Economics is literally writing the story of your professional life. And what about your future, your savings? Understanding things like inflation, interest rates, and how investments work, that's absolutely crucial if you want to make your money work for you. It's the real difference between just putting money aside and actually building wealth. And this is a big one. It's your vote. When you go to the polls, you're pretty much always making choices about economic policy. Things like taxes, healthcare, you name it. Understanding the basics here really empowers you to be a much more informed citizen. So here's the key takeaway. We want to understand economics because we want to understand the world. It's kind of like the operating system for our society, and learning it feels like you're finally learning to speak a language that's been all around you this whole time. But okay, the second you decide you want to learn this new language, a whole new problem shows up. And it's a question that can totally stop you in your tracks. How much do I actually need to know? Do I just need to know a little bit or a whole lot? And this right here perfectly captures that internal tug-of-war, doesn't it? On one side, you're thinking, I just want to know enough to follow the news, manage my money. But then the other side kicks in. Well, maybe I should become an expert, predict the markets, build a career. And that pressure, that choice between a bit or a lot is so paralyzing it often makes us do nothing at all.
This is where the source material we're looking at offers up a really brilliant way out of this trap. It's not about choosing between a bit or a lot. It's about completely changing how you think about learning in the first place. It's called the Roughbook approach.
Now, the Roughbook isn't a physical thing you buy. It's more of a philosophy. It's this idea that real learning should be messy. It should be driven by your questions, not by a hunt for perfect answers. It's basically giving yourself permission to be a work in progress, to follow your curiosity without the pressure of having to get it right. And that's key. It frees you up to actually explore.
And the process itself is so simple. First, you just admit you're curious about something. Then, instead of cracking open some huge textbook, you just ask a simple question, like, hey, why are gas prices so high right now? You jot down a few thoughts, whatever comes to mind, and then, this is the most important part, you just release the pressure to have the perfect answer. So, if you've ever felt that pull, that urge to understand economics, let's just completely reframe the starting line. It's not about some intimidating textbook or a bunch of complicated charts. No, the real journey starts somewhere much, much simpler. It starts right here, with just one single, simple question that sparks your curiosity, a question that actually comes from your life, your day, your own observations about the world.
And really, that just leaves us with one final thought. The pressure is off. You know where to start. The only thing left to decide is, what's the first question you're going to ask?